Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. I'm going to go ahead and put these cards back. But, like I was saying, if you do end up subscribing, I upload my videos for Gemini and Sagittarius on Wednesdays. And the deck that I'm using today is called the Morgan Greer Tarot. As always, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description. I do see the cards that flipped over in the deck, however, I'm not going to take them unless they pop out. But with that being said, I'm just going to keep shuffling these cards until we have 6 cards, and then I'll begin your reading. Okay, there we go. I think I may have said 6 cards in the beginning, but 8 just kind of felt right. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And I do want to bring up the fact that for the major arcana you have the Justice, the Devil, and the Wheel of Fortune, which the Justice represents Libras, another air sign such as yourself, and then the Devil represents the sign of Capricorn. So for some of you guys out there, you might be dealing with a Libra or Capricorn, or somebody that has those placements. Maybe Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and the same with Capricorn. But like I was saying, for your overall energy, you have the Queen of Swords, which tells me most likely this is probably your energy. The Queen of Swords is a very, first of all, she talks about air signs. So that's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, such as yourself. Yeah, Gemini. But like I was saying, if you guys right now are dealing with another air sign with this King of Swords, I'm definitely seeing that there's a lot of conflict going on here. I guess I am getting a little bit ahead of myself. So with the Queen of Swords, her story is that she's the most battered queen of them all. And as a result, she's not afraid and not scared to get her hands dirty and to fight, pick up a sword. You know, the Queen of Swords has very much a cold sort of warrior princess kind of, ready to fight. I'd say the Queen of Wands is more like warrior princess, but you're definitely having, right now you're definitely at a point where you're willing to end the conflict. Because I feel like this conflict has been going on long enough, and it's kind of a thing where it's like, well, you started it, but now I'm going to end it. She's very quick to cut people off because of her sword. I see a lot of swords, so there might be a lot of cutting people off right now. But I definitely feel that that's your energy that you're in right now. Queen of Swords is also very intelligent, very business savvy, and very logical. And a lot of those same qualities apply to the King of Swords, right? The King of Swords, smart, business-minded, cold, those kinds of qualities. Well, I guess cold isn't the correct word. I'd say not quite developed emotionally. And I feel like that's the issue right now that you guys are having with your supposed King of Swords, is that they're not coming King of Swords. They're coming Knight of Swords and maybe even Page of Swords. So they're not mature enough to reach you on your level, I feel like, is what's going on. And as a result, you have all this conflict. You have the Five of Wands, which is conflict. And in contrast to the Five of Swords, which you also have, the Five of Wands talks about competition. So it could even be that, you know, this is a love situation and there's more than just you and the other person involved. And on either side, there's like, no, I don't want to have to compete for you. You know, I'm not saying that it's cheating. I don't feel like that's the kind of energy. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you were just kind of in a casual relationship maybe, and they sort of were giving off sort of the air that they were going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit more serious, and then it turns out that at the last minute they're like, oh no, this was just like this, it was just casual. And then you're like, well, no. And I feel like that's the energy that's coming here. And I feel like they were very maybe even dishonest, but very unfair about the whole situation. And I feel like that's why you have this Justice card coming up. I'm also getting that for some of you, you might be dealing with a Libra man. That's only for a small group of you. You know, obviously, you might have Libra placements, or the other person might have Libra placements. It just depends on your particular situation. But I definitely feel that the overall message of justice is coming in. I feel like you guys are long overdue some justice. I feel like you were treated very unfairly in the past. And now as a result, that's being corrected. And I also feel like as a result, there's a lot of cutting off here. There's a lot of like dead, cold, stopping energy here. I'm also getting the phrase quitting cold turkey, so it might actually feel like you're addicted to this person, and now you're just sort of breaking that cycle of like coming back. And like I was saying with feeling addicted, you know, the Devil card talks about obsessions, and it talks about sort of toxicity of some kind. Normally, I really like to look at the interpretation of the Devil card, because a lot of times there's like common themes between what the Devil stands for. Some of them are sort of sinister, malicious energy, and then like the other theme can be like sexuality. That's a really big one, and that's the one that I'm getting right now, is that, you know, maybe you guys were having like mind-blowing sex, but then like the issues came up with the fact that they're so willing to cause these fights, especially with this Five of Swords. Like I was saying earlier about this whole energy that you're in right now, where it's like you started it but I'm ending it. I definitely feel that currently, for those of you that haven't already ended it, or in the past there was even more conflict. And with this Ten of Cups in reverse, I feel like for a lot of you, you were kind of dead set on this person. You were kind of really hoping that like this would work out and that there'd be a good situation, you know, you'd have sort of the happy family. The Ten of Cups here, I think, is beautiful symbolism here, where they're sharing a cup and they have all the 9 other cups, and then there's the rainbow. But like, the fact that it's in reverse tells me that that's not what's going to go on here. I feel like there's going to be some serious conflicts. But then I did save the last 2 cards for the end, because they're really good news. Whenever I see the Wheel of Fortune, I always think good news. I always think wherever you've been wronged before is going to come up, and it's very sort of karmic card. Things that have been wrong in the past will be righted. Things will take an upswing for sure. Usually when I see the Wheel of Fortune in upright, I think it's a upturn. In other words, you're going to see good things coming. And then when I see it in reverse, I think it's a downswing. But, you know, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card, which to me are both very sort of karmic cards about justice. I feel, and like getting what you deserve and what you have coming to you, I definitely feel that you're going to see a huge break here. A huge breakthrough. And then with this Two of Wands, I definitely feel that you guys, to me, that's the planning card. It's almost like somebody's going to give you something and then you're going to have sort of a fresh start. It could be spirit or the universe or whatever you personally believe in, but I definitely see a fresh start here. And that was your reading for this time around, Gemini. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment. It really helps out the channel. And I'd love to know if the reading resonated with you. But like I said before, I upload my new Gemini videos on Wednesday. And you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings on this channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time.